doodle, everybody. I'm gonna redo this one. I know I covered it a few weeks ago, but I'm seeing more and more people, unfortunately, out here homeless with the rent prices rising and the minimum wage staying pretty fucking low. A lot of people out here are hurting. So how can you efficiently help these people? And what are safe ways for you to help people? Because I know a lot of people want to help. Just not everybody knows what is practical or what can actually help them. So what I like to do is go to the store, like the Dollar Tree, okay? Someplace not very expensive, and get those brown disposable lunch bags. Now, people are very leery of taking made food, so I did when I was a kid. I used to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and put juice boxes in, and we would pass those out. But people, are fucking crazy, and they just don't trust, which I wouldn't either. I wouldn't take food from a stranger and be comfortable. So you can put in the bag like things that are closed, sealed drinks, bag of chips, a pre-made sandwich perhaps. You can buy them sometimes. Like you can get those Smuckers things that you put in the freezer. I forget what they're called. Instead of making them. Or instead of putting food in the brown bag, you can put like toothbrush, toothpaste, mouthwash, deodorant, hairbrush, toothpicks, basic medicines. These are all things that people really can use. Chapstick, sunscreen this time of year, bottled water, baby wipes so they can clean themselves up when they don't have a shower. All of these are effective things. Like, it's hot out. Perhaps they're trying to get a job, so nice clean shirt, or I like to go a little bit bigger so that if they are more heavier set, they can fit into it. They can cut it up into a tank top to make it a little more fitting for them too. But I like to give them baby wipes, ways to freshen their body, their breath, something nice to wear. Instead of giving money, you can give disposable cards like Burger King, McDonald's. There's usually those all over the place and in walking distance. They can find that and get a meal. You can get disposable Visa cards. This is going to help if they are an addict. Instead of just giving them money to support their habit, which, yes, they can still go to the store and take money off the card, but it's a little bit more annoying and more difficult. Some people are uncomfortable about just passing out money, but passing out money is always good. They will take it. I know that sometimes people just don't want to deal with their change. You can roll it up and give them, it's annoying because it's heavy. You don't want to weigh them down because they don't really have, much on them. Usually what they carry is on their back. But if you don't have any cash to give, change always works. I do try to roll it. You can give them your bottles and cans as well. I know a lot of homeless people go around picking through the bins because everyone's 5 cents. Eventually they add up. Think about bug spray, candles. Maybe they don't have batteries for flashlights. You can get those cheap at the store. How are they going to see at night? Give them something to do, like an adult coloring book. A lot of these people worry and fret and stress with nothing but worry all day. Giving them an activity to do to forget their situation actually goes a long way. Gum as well, mints. When you don't have a drink, a piece of gum is actually pretty helpful. It can dry your mouth out a little bit faster, but it's better than just having a tongue stuck to your mouth. Socks, underwear, bras, these are all things people need. Try to keep them in a bag. I know I'd be a little weary of something that somebody gave me just single, even if it did seem clean. Also, if you give them change, they can do their wash at the laundromat. Any kind of food that from your pantry or whatever. Now, granted, most of these people don't have a way to cook food, so you have to be mindful of that. how are they going to cook it? And if you can't answer that, that's not something you want to give. Crackers with peanut butter and jelly, or bread with peanut butter and jelly. If they're allergic to peanut butter, they can have the jelly. I sometimes give ramen because if they have a way to boil water, that's pretty easy to cook, and they're cheap. Anything out of a can as well, like ravioli. I know that some of the homeless can make fire in a barrel in certain places, but most of the time they can't. They're trying to stay low-key and unseen. I don't really promote it, but a lot of these people are smokers, vapes, and their eyes light up and their whole day gets better if you hand them a full unused vape. They're like, you know what I mean? These aren't things that they can afford for themselves. Sweet treats, donuts, muffins, cookies, those are extras that people get in the store, and when you're homeless you can't afford extras all the time. It does go a long way to making people happy. Blankets. I just like to put in your minds, like, if you were outside all the time camping, what are some things that you would need? If you can donate bigger things that you no longer use, like a little propane skillet or a backpack that they can carry their stuff in, or like a basket with a handle, because a lot of the time is they leave their stuff where they think it's going to be safe and they get robbed. So anything that they accumulate for themselves, if they're not carrying it on them, they could lose it. So giving them ways to carry their stuff is always nice. A journal and pens and books. Journaling is very therapeutic for anyone, just writing your thoughts. I like to also throw in a sketchbook with like colored pencils. Maybe they're artistic. Again, I'm not just giving them things for their body, I'm giving things for their mind. They are people, they deserve gifts, they deserve to have something to eat every day and have something to drink and someplace to sleep. If you have a tent, tents go a long way to homeless people. You can't even imagine what it feels like to them to be enclosed in a tent and not being ate up by mosquitoes, or a way to just stay out of the rain. Tarps also work. They can lay a tarp down wherever they need to go. Umbrellas, ponchos, they also go a long way for inclement weather. Hoodies, they're going to be hot during the day, but it still gets cold at night in the summer. And we're eventually we'll be approaching fall. So, did I already say chapstick? They always ask for chapstick. Tissues, toilet paper, surprisingly. Try to get the biodegradable because they're probably going to leave it outside, to be honest, somewhere. But I know biodegradable is expensive. Little trash bags go a long way. They can use them to keep their stuff dry in weather, or to throw out their stuff when they need it, or just to carry it in general. Let's see, what else? Like Lysol, a hand sanitizer, ways to stay clean, Clorox wipes. It's really hard to stay clean out in the world without a roof and floors. A fan, like a hand fan, that goes a long way. You can get those at the Dollar Tree. If you don't have a fan and it's just hot, dry air, those little hand fans, man, they help. Band-Aids, first aid cream. You can't imagine what the infections homeless get just because they don't have things like a Band-Aid to cover a cut. First aid kit, peroxide. But keep in mind they're going to be carrying these things, so a little tiny pocket first aid kit would probably be ideal. In the summer, flip-flops, sandals. Not many people like to have their feet stuffed in shoes all day, and it would be nice to have some flippies for them. A towel to lay out or to wash themselves with. Think about what you would like to be given if you were homeless. What would be helpful to you? What would you deem worthy of carrying on your back while you look for a place to sleep? Travel pillows are also big help because they can literally just lean back and have their heads supported.